Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you are welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is basically for that part of my channel where we talk about lifestyle, and I have been talking about social housing, okay? Because I've got a book called Britain's Housing Crisis, okay? Britain's Housing Crisis, and it's going to be coming out soon. And so I often get questions from people who want to get themselves basically what's it called, a flat, a council flat, or a council house. And recently I moved, so I just thought, let me do this housing series, okay, and share with you some of my journey basically through the process of moving into a new property within the social housing sector. Okay, so basically, if you've noticed, I have moved from my old property into my new property, and it's basically a 2-bedroom flat. And today I want to share with you some of the restrictions that, well, I was given, okay, with this property. And I think that is something that could help someone out there, especially especially if you are basically with like housing association. I mean, even with the council, like, it varies. Basically the restrictions vary, okay. Certain restrictions that may apply to one person may not necessarily apply to another person, depending on which housing association or which council you obtain your property through. Now the property that the housing association that this property is with basically does not allow pets, which I'm happy about because I don't really want to have a pet, although my son would be disappointed because he wanted to have a cat. But I'm personally not disappointed because I don't like I said, I don't like pets, okay. Don't want to have pets in the house and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not allowed to have pets, okay. And that may be the case for you. So before you think of getting a pet, you know, consider this in mind, like before you, when you're moving, what's it called, ask them the questions. If you've been offered a property, ask them the questions of what restrictions comes with the property, so then you know how to make your decision accordingly. The second restriction that comes with this particular property that I'm in, which didn't apply to the last council property I had, is basically you are not allowed to put hard wooden flooring, or I'm not allowed to put hard wooden flooring or laminate flooring. That is because basically I'm on the second floor, and if you put hard wood, you can literally, probably my neighbors downstairs would be able to hear me. But if I put soft flooring, like maybe let's say carpet or vinyl, then it doesn't make too much noise, especially when children are running, or you're walking up and down in your house, in your flat basically. Yeah, because I'm above somebody else, okay. So that means basically I have to choose my flooring carefully. I didn't want carpet, so I've chosen to go with vinyl instead, a luxury vinyl instead. The other one is I'm not allowed to change so much fixtures, okay, like certain things, like maybe like cupboard or things like that. Like there's certain features that you can't change in your house, okay. And that is reasonable enough because obviously for safety reasons, and the property doesn't belong to you. And also, yeah, safety reasons as well. So you're not allowed to like change certain things, okay? Like in terms of features. Another thing that you're not allowed to do is, what are you not allowed to do? Yeah, you're not allowed to be a nuisance to your neighbours, okay? There's something in the UK called A.H.P, which is, I think, abnormal behaviour, social behaviour, yeah, abnormal social behaviour, and so yeah, you're not allowed to be a nuisance to your neighbours, and your neighbours are not allowed to be a nuisance to you, which I think really helps, and it protects you and it protects your neighbours as well from like loud noises, banging of your doors and all of those kind of stuff. Basically, you're not allowed to do, and vice versa, your neighbours are not allowed to do that to you. Other than that, you can be free to paint your house the way you want to paint it. You can do your flooring in the selection of the flooring that you're allowed to do. You can't have animals, so there's nothing much you can do with that. Then there's communal garden. You don't have to change anything within the communal garden. You don't have to do anything with the communal garden. You can use it, but you can't, basically it's not your job to tidy it up or anything like that. It gets basically sorted out by the housing association, which works wonderfully for me, okay, because I don't want to be cleaning up somebody else's mess. All right, so because I don't really use communal gardens in any of the property that I move into where there's communal gardens, just because I don't smoke and I don't really like to be in the environment where there's smoking, like cigarettes and all that kind of things to do with smoking. So luckily for us, we live in front of a really, really lovely park, so we are able to go to that what's it called, public park, and play there, and go and do activities there like picnics and all of that kind of stuff during summer, autumn, winter. In all seasons it's open, and we can just go and use it. We just have to be dressed appropriately for the weather. And so yeah, that is basically it. So if you have any questions to do with restrictions, put it in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to respond to your questions. But do remember that these restrictions do vary, okay? So when you're going to view your property, ask them all these questions, like what they allow you, what they don't allow you, what you can and can't do, what you can have and can't have, and all of that. Oh yeah, the final one is no succession. So basically, in case I died before I actually own this property, it means that nobody else can take over this property. None of my family members can take over this property, okay? So that's another one. No succession with this property. That's one of the rules, okay, with this property. No succession. So I mean, I don't mind. My children are too young to be a successor anyway. I did ask them if I can buy the property, which I'll end up finding out soon enough. But yeah, basically no succession. And again, that varies from property to property, okay? Other than that, that is it. Have a good evening, and I shall see you in the next video, where I'll be talking about whether you can work, or should I say, whether you can do business in your cancer property. Keep an eye out for that video, and I shall see you soon. Bye.